Jay and Dre Show. I'm your host, Dre.
I'm your boy Jay.
And the NBA just started up this week. And the big talk of the league has been Lonzo and Lavar Ball.
Yeah. So, basically what we wanted to do is we want to speak about Lonzo too. But basically with Lavar Ball, man, I want to know, we want you to leave your comments. And I want to ask this to Dre. Yeah. Is Lavar Ball a genius or an imbecile? Having all the talking he does, starting his own shoe company, charging $400 for the shoe. What's your thoughts on Lavar and to an extent Lonzo?
In regards to Lavar, is he a genius or is he a quote unquote imbecile, like you said? To be fair, I would say a little bit of both. I think it's really, don't get me wrong, I love what he did with starting his own brand. I love what he did as far as going and doing for himself. Only thing is though, like I do feel like his shoes are a bit pricey. I feel like he's kind of pricing himself out of the mass market. I feel like, you know, if he cut that price maybe even just in half, like, you know,
75%.
Yeah, like a lot more people would be willing to swallow that. Because, I mean, even myself, I bought shoes from Independence before. These athletic propulsion labs. I bought shoes from them before. Their shoes cost $220. So, you know, it's not unheard of for people to spend that type of money on shoes, especially if they believe in it. In regards to his talking, I feel that's the most detrimental thing, but I feel that's the most genius thing as well. That's what gets everybody talking. That's what keeps Lonzo at the forefront of everybody's mind. Like, honestly, ask yourself, who was the #1 draft pick? It wasn't Lonzo Ball. I can tell you that right now. But most people would think it's Lonzo because of all the attention.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, so the things he's gone out and said, like, yo, I could beat Michael Jordan in my prime, and, you know, my kid is better than Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, and everybody else. Like, yeah, I feel that that's kind of idiotic because now it's kind of like, all right, Steph's looking at it, oh, this kid better than me? You know, Russ is looking at his chops. Russ is like, yo, I'm going to show you. Just like with Patrick Beverly when he came out. He's like, yo, I'm going to give you the clamps. you know.
Futurama clamps.
Yeah, man, go get these clamps.
I mean, man, I feel like it's both, like you said, but I feel like it's more towards genius. First of all, starting his own company is genius. Yeah. Think about if LeBron James came into the league and said, I'm not signing to Nike, I'm not signing to Jordan brand, what he signed to. I'm going to start my own shoe company. LeBron James would be a billionaire right now. Just think about that, man. But one thing, I don't think LeVar Ball he's not going to be as good as LeBron James. LeBron James is a once-in-a-century type talent.
Okay, go ahead.
But starting his own brand, man, is genius. Even with the pricing of the shoes, I feel that, I forgot the term that we learned in macroeconomics, but basically, man, you overprice something purposefully, right?
Yeah, he's trying to make it seem like a luxury product.
A luxury product. This is what I'm getting at. You can do that too. But then he said, you know what? We're going to sell the Lonzo tools for $100. Lonzo Ball still is not deserving of a $100 shoe. But because of this first shoe was $495, people gonna be like, oh man, he came down on the price. Yeah, I'm supporting that. I'm gonna buy the shoe for $100. But he's not deserving yet of a $100 shoe. So I feel like he's positioning himself for more to come. But like you said, man, it comes to a certain point where I feel like he's talking too much. It's good to get people intrigued, get people interested, fall back, then get people intrigued, get people interested all over again. But he's like the little bunny, man. Remember the bunny? Do. Little bunny don't stop. The Duracell batteries. He doesn't stop. And it's starting to become annoying. And he's flirting on a thin line, in my opinion.
And I mean, to me, that's part of the genius of it. But ultimately, I'm sure Lonzo probably wishes his dad would shut up sometimes because ultimately he's writing checks that Lonzo got to cash.
Got cash.
And I would ask you this though: you mentioned that Lonzo won't be as good as LeBron, and I don't think there's anybody but the most diehard of Laker fans that would argue that. Shout out to Holmes. I'll just play it, JK. But my question is, does he have to be?
No. If he could be a perennial All-Star, it'll be right on par with what the talking that's going on. I think, man, the Lavar Ball, man, Lonzo Ball, and by the record, his father and them starting their own shoe company, I'm gonna go back to that, man. They could be setting a precedent we've never seen before. But part of that precedent is likability, and that's where he's scaring me at, because he's becoming so polarizing that Lonzo Ball, great interview, speaks well, doesn't talk trash, has a Hollywood look, but people are going to ignore Lonzo Ball's contributions and his play just by trying to say F you to his dad. So that's why I'm getting at with the imbecile part. It's like, man, I'm with you. You got people watching them. But now it's coming to the point where people hate you so much that they're not going to appreciate Lonzo's greatness. Unless Lonzo can become a LeBron James, where you can't deny his greatness. And I don't think he possesses that talent, in my opinion.
Okay. What type of player do you think Lonzo Ball will ultimately develop into? Like, if we could fast forward the clock, let's say, how old is he? 21?
19.
If we could fast forward the clock about 5-6 years, and he was injury-free, healthy, and all that, what type of game do you think he'd have, and who do you think he'd look very similar to?
As far, I wouldn't say look very similar to, as far as like his playing style, but as far as from a numbers perspective, I would say prime Chauncey Billups.
Oh, okay.
I would say 17 and 22 points a game, more rebounds than Chauncey Billups, but 6 to 10 assists a game. And he flirted probably, I'd give him 7 to 10 rebounds a game because he's pretty tall, he's pretty lanky. He likes to hit the boards. So I give him prime Chauncey Billups. I think he can. I think he's going to be a great player, man. I just don't think his daddy's positioning him to be a Kevin Durant, a LeBron James, a Stephen Curry, a Kyrie Leonard. I don't think he's that tier. I think he's a star, but like we was talking about earlier, his levels of things, his levels to stardom. Scottie Pippen, the Hall of Famer, but he ain't Michael Jordan. You get what I'm saying?
So of course. So you think he's more like a second, third tier, like a
second, third tier star, man.
Yeah, okay.
I would definitely say that.
I think once he really gets in his own, I think he's going to look a lot like Jason Kidd and Kidd and Billups. Even though they plays a little bit different from a numbers perspective, they put up some similar stats. But I think he's going to be a type of guy that averages like 16, 17, 18 points. And I think he's going to his assists and his rebounds going to be very close to like the triple-double mark. I could easily see him averaging like 18, 8, and 8.
Hey, listen, and the scary thing about it is, this is what I'm saying, man, Lonzo Ball might be a genius, man. I mean, LeVar Ball might be a genius. The scary thing is, we all know Paul George wants to go to the Lakers. Oh, yeah. We all know LeBron James is leaving after this year. Imagine if the Lakers in the next 5 years win a championship. His stock, that's the thing people missing, man, with the whole shoe deal. It's not about 2017. It's about 2021, 2022. And the Lakers, it's one thing to come into a team that's already built. It's one thing if you went to the Cavaliers. You know, so he ain't did nothing. LeBron James and them, they've been doing that. But basically, let's just say that he's the catalyst to Paul George, maybe LeBron James going to the Lakers, or maybe another superstar, and winning the championship in the next 3 to 5 years. That's going to elevate him to a level. I can see that, man. Every commercial, every brand, whatever, man. Like, I don't know, bro. It's scary, man. I feel like Lonzo, Lavar Ball sees something that everybody else is missing. I don't know. He might be a genius, bro.
Nah, I think that honestly, I think if they were to win a championship, I think if the hypothetical scenario would have happened where Paul George and LeBron would have linked up with him in LA, in some respects, I think it might hurt him. And what I mean from that is, developmentally, I could see him being forced to take a back seat to those guys. Because I mean, LeBron dominates teams.
Yeah, but LeBron 33.
Yeah, he's 33.
He's 33. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
This is the thing, man. Lonzo's been put in a position to direct and lead the team, and it's his team. It's his franchise. He's got the keys. Is 33-year-old LeBron gonna listen to 19-year-old Lonzo?
I ain't talking about 33-year-old LeBron. I'm talking about 35, 36-year-old LeBron. That's LeBron I'm talking to. 35, 36. I'm talking about Kareem.
This is next year, man.
I'm talking about.
This is next year. I'm talking, man.
But what I'm saying is, if they do that, bro, they put themselves in a position to be the team. Not maybe the team. I still say the Golden State Warriors be the team to beat, but they're putting themselves in a position to be the most talked about team for the next 5 years. LeBron James could average 25 points a game. He's 38, 39. But LeBron James has said it. He's ready to take a step back. If you listen to his interviews, he kind of trying to, and now that I understand what going on with Kyrie, I think he was saying that to keep Kyrie. He's saying, it's about that time for me to take a step back.
I mean,
you feel what I'm saying? So
to be honest, like I really do believe if LeBron wants to play until he's 38, 39 and play at a high level, it would behoove him to do so. Because I'm just being honest, being real. Nobody plays minutes like LeBron. I can't take that away from him. I don't think anybody can take that away from him. Like, LeBron has been, in my opinion, one of the most abused superstars of all time. I've never seen a guy been asked to score all the points, bring the ball up court, initiate the offense, do everything on the team, lead the defensive effort. And, you know, most people, they're on a team where somebody else occupies a lot of those roles, but LeBron James, a lot of those roles on his teams start with him.
Too, man. He does everything.
Yeah. And if he keeps doing everything, I don't think his career makes it to at least playing at a high level into like 38, 39. So I think
he wants to come from rings. I think he forced himself to do that. And then you got to think, like, when we say high level, Michael Jordan with the Wizards, Michael Jordan still averaged 22 points a game.
Oh, no.
But
when I say a high level, I mean being able to play at least 60 games a year, being able to average 20 plus.
I think LeBron James can average 20 points a game when he's 40, man. When he's 45. I think Michael Jordan could have did the same thing. Michael Jordan, like I say, man, Michael Jordan took off 3 years to average 22 points a game at 40. But we get.
I'll say this. I'm not necessarily disagreeing. I disagree if LeBron is still leading the team in minutes and all that stuff, because this body's going to break down at some point.
Kobe broke down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Get back to Lonzo.
Yeah.
Or LeVar. I get them mixed up. So I heard someone said that the reason why people don't like LeVar Ball is because they're not used to seeing the black father so integral in his son's life. Do you feel that there's any credence to that?
I would say to some part. In some senses, yes.
You think so? Oh, man.
No, because I would say this. For lack of a better term or phrasing, black people can't do anything right. Mm-hmm. If a father is present in his child's life, he's not present in the right ways. He's not present in the most conducive capacities. If he's doing certain things, there's better ways that it could be done, or there's better ways that always go about certain things. It's the same thing with the protest, same thing with anything that any black person's ever done. There's quote unquote, there's a better way, which we haven't explored, or for whatever reason we can't see. So we've always been told that. So in regards to LaVar Ball, yeah, I feel like there's some legit criticisms of him, but when it comes to him and his involvement, I do feel that some people have a problem with the fact that he's so take charge, that he's so involved, maybe even to a fault, in Lonzo's career and his other kids' development. And I mean, that's just my thinking on that.
I feel like he's just a blowhard that talks too much, and that's why people don't like him. that's my personal opinion. Like, I see what you're saying, and it is historical.
I would say this, and I don't want to paint this as if that's the mainstream criticism, because the mainstream criticism of him is that. And if that's your criticism of him, yo, I feel you're 100% on it. But there's some criticism of him that I've read in articles and things that have a certain tinge of malice to it that I feel comes from somewhere else, and that's why I said what I said. So don't get it.
I feel you, man. I just think he's a blowhard, man. I feel you. 9 times out of 10, I'm the first partaker in the air, bro. It's an undercover. It's an undercover, underlying.
Cover hit job.
Balance our thought process, but I think with this dude, man, he's yin and yang. He's just so polarizing. You gonna love him or you gonna hate him. So I don't know, but I will say this: time will tell.
Oh yeah, we gonna see.
Tell.
We gonna see.
Time will tell, man. So,
but
LaVar Ball, Gene's an imbecile. You make the decision.
Okay. Well, that'll be it for tonight. I'm your host, Trey.
I'm your boy, Jay.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And leave your comments. What you feel about LaVar Ball. Do you hate that man? Do you love that man? Do you not give a damn about that man? Let us know.
And do you think the man is out to get him?
Tell me pretty lies. Look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.